Welcome to the subject overview for modern history. Modern history is a discipline-based subject where students examine traces of humanity's recent past so they may form their own views about the modern world. Students' curiosity and imagination is invigorated while their appreciation of civilization is broadened and deepened. Students learn that the past is contestable and tentative. They discover how the past consists of various perspectives and interpretations. And most importantly, students gain an understanding of how the modern world, the world that we're living in now, has been informed and created by the events of the past. Unit 1 looks at ideas in the modern world. Unit 2 looks at movements in the modern world. Unit 3 looks at national experiences in the modern world. And Unit 4 looks at international experiences in the modern world. I'll now just go through in a bit more detail what Unit 3 and Unit 4 look like in Year 12. In Unit 3, we turn our focus to national experiences in the modern world. So in Unit 3, we look at the national experience of Nazi Germany in those interwar years leading up to World War II and the rise of the Nazi Party. And we look at Israel from its creation in 1948 through to the modern events of today, and how the conflict in the region has really defined what Israel is and still defines what Israel is to this day. In Unit 4, we look at international experiences. So initially, we look at the nuclear age and we look at how the invention of the nuclear weapon has changed the way that nations and countries interact with each other, has changed the way that there's negotiation that takes place, and has changed the nature of foreign diplomacy. And then finally, we look at Australia's engagement with Asia. And so how does our role within the Asia Pacific region influence the way that we interact with our neighbouring countries? And for the external assessment, at the moment, we're looking at Australia's involvement in the Vietnam War. So in terms of assessment, the core skills in modern history have to do with the use of historical sources as evidence to support historical interpretations. So students are assessed on their ability to understand historical concepts and their ability to use evidence in support of those concepts. Students are required to talk about the ideas of usefulness and reliability in each of their assessments, and the 4 assessments in modern history in Year 12, which are mirrored in Year 11, are an essay in response to historical sources under exam conditions, an independent source investigation, which is done at home, an essay based on historical research, which is also done at home, and then an external assessment, which is an exam style, which has short response questions in response to historical sources. So there's 2 take-home tasks and 2 exam style tasks.